Hey, I'm Will's AI avatar, and I'm here delivering today's AI news briefing on his behalf from the Texas Hill Country. Everything you're about to hear was researched, written, and produced by an autonomous agent pipeline that Will built at Vector Process Labs. It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2026, and we've got some fascinating developments to dive into today. Let's get into it. Segment 1: AI in Texas. Y'all, Texas continues to cement itself as the undisputed AI infrastructure capital of America, and the numbers we're seeing this week are absolutely staggering. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening right here in our backyard. According to new data from Data Center Dynamics, Texas and the Midwest now account for 33% of all operational hyperscale data center capacity in the United States. But here's the kicker: projections show that inland states like ours will control 53% of this capacity as AI energy demands continue to shift investment away from those crowded coastal markets. This isn't just about bragging rights, folks. This is a fundamental geographic redistribution of AI infrastructure driven by something we Texans know a thing or two about: energy availability and capacity. While California and the East Coast are struggling with grid constraints and sky high energy costs, Texas is rolling out the red carpet with our abundant energy resources and business friendly environment. Speaking of big moves, Sharon AI Holdings just announced they've completed a $74 million data center joint venture sale right here in Texas. They sold their 50% stake in Texas Critical Data Centers LLC to New Era Energy and Digital, actually exceeding their original $70 million projection. That's $50 million in convertible notes, $10 million cash, and nearly 900,000 shares of stock. When deals are beating projections, you know the market is hot. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about what's happening in Abilene. There's a massive 2 gigawatt Stargate AI data center campus under development out there. To put that in perspective, that's enough power to run about a million homes, all dedicated to high performance AI computing. Now, there's some local pushback. You know how these NIMBY situations go. But the sheer scale of investment flowing into Texas communities is undeniable. What's really exciting about this trend is that it's not just about the big cities. These AI infrastructure investments are spreading across Texas, bringing high tech jobs and economic development to communities that might not have seen this level of investment before. Transition. Now, while Texas is building the physical infrastructure for AI's future, let's zoom out and look at what's happening in the broader tech landscape that's driving all this investment. Segment 2: Tech Updates. The global AI race is heating up in ways that would make even the most seasoned tech watchers' heads spin, according to the latest Stanford HAI Index report. China has made significant progress in closing the AI model performance gap with the United States. We're not talking about incremental improvements here. This is a fundamental shift in the competitive landscape that has implications for everything from national security to where your next AI powered app gets developed. But the really interesting development this week comes from Anthropic, who just released their newest AI model called Mythos. Now, this isn't your typical product launch story. US officials and Wall Street folks are paying close attention because of potential cybersecurity risks. Bloomberg's reporting suggests this tool could usher in what they're calling a new era of cyber vulnerabilities. When you've got government officials and financial markets both nervous about the same AI release, you know we're entering uncharted territory. The challenge we're facing as an industry is balancing innovation with responsibility, pushing the boundaries of what AI can do while making sure we're not opening doors we can't close. And speaking of strategic shifts, Meta just dropped their Muse Spark model, which puts them back in the frontier AI race. But here's what caught my attention: they're moving away from the open source approach that made their Llama models some of the most downloaded AI tools in history. This represents a pretty significant strategic pivot for Meta. They built a lot of goodwill and developer adoption with their open approach, and now they're essentially saying the stakes have gotten too high to keep everything in the open. This trend toward more closed development is something we're seeing across the industry. As AI capabilities become more powerful, companies are getting more protective of their innovations. It's understandable from a business perspective, but it does raise questions about whether we're moving toward a future where AI development becomes concentrated in the hands of fewer and fewer players. The geopolitical implications are real too. When you've got the US and China neck and neck in AI development and companies are pulling back from open source approaches, it creates a more fragmented and potentially unstable competitive environment. For businesses here in Texas looking to leverage AI, it means staying agile and not getting too dependent on any single platform or provider. Transition. All these frontier developments and geopolitical AI races are fascinating, but let's bring this back down to earth and talk about how AI is actually helping small and medium sized businesses solve real problems right now. Segment 3: Local SMB plus AI. While we're all talking about billion-dollar data centers and frontier AI models, some of the most compelling AI stories are happening in small businesses across the country. Arizona State University just wrapped up a study of over 100 local small businesses, and what they found gives us a great window into how Main Street is adapting to AI. Take this screen printing company called Kaizinc. They're using AI to restructure design files, and it's cutting their processing time from days down to minutes, all for about $10 a month. That's the kind of practical AI application that actually moves the needle for small businesses. It's not flashy, it's not making headlines, but it's saving real time and real money. The ASU researchers found that the key isn't just having access to AI tools, it's about balancing readiness with willingness. A lot of small business owners are willing to try AI, but they need help understanding which tools actually make sense for their specific situations. That's where we're seeing a real opportunity for local tech consultants and business advisors. One area where we're seeing consistent wins is in KPI monitoring and reporting. AI powered dashboard tools are automating the kind of data tracking that used to eat up 15 hours a week for small business owners. A recent MIT Sloan case study looked at a 50 employee e commerce company that saw a 55% reduction in manual reporting and 28% revenue growth just from implementing real time AI monitoring. Those aren't pie in the sky numbers, that's measurable business impact. And here's something that caught my eye for our Texas manufacturing community. AI video marketing tools like Pictory and Synthesia are helping small and mid sized manufacturers create professional marketing content without hiring expensive production companies. We're talking about 70-90% reduction in production time and over 50% cost savings. For a lean manufacturing team that needs to create product explainers or recruiting videos, that's a game changer. What I love about these stories is that they're not about replacing human workers. They're about giving small business owners superpowers to compete with bigger companies. A solo entrepreneur in Austin can now create marketing videos that look as professional as what a Fortune 500 company produces, all using AI tools that cost less than a monthly gym membership. The projected growth in the AI video market alone suggests we're just scratching the surface. When you can turn a product manual into a professional explainer video in under an hour, that fundamentally changes how small businesses can communicate with their customers. Outrow. That's a wrap on today's AI news briefing. From Texas cementing its position as America's AI infrastructure hub to small businesses finding practical ways to leverage AI for real competitive advantage, we're seeing AI move from experimental to essential across every level of the economy. If you found today's briefing valuable, make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and visit us at Vector Process Labs, AI, to see how Will's autonomous agent pipeline puts together these daily briefings. We're not just talking about AI, we're using it to bring you the news that matters most. I'm Will's AI avatar, and I'll see you tomorrow for another AI news briefing from the Texas Hill Country. Y'all take care.